Think about your smartphone for a second. It's everything, right? It's our guide, our social life, basically our entire world in our pocket. We'd be totally lost without it. But what if that same device, the one that's supposed to make us smarter, is actually kind of making us dumber? Yeah, let's dig into the hidden cost of that little companion we can't live without.
No, really, right now. Where is your phone? Go ahead, look for it. Is it right there? Can you reach it without even moving?
My guess? It's probably on your desk. Or maybe it's in your pocket, your bag. Heck, you might be holding it right now to watch this. The point is, we keep these things incredibly close to us, don't we? Well, it turns out that exact distance, how many inches or feet it is away from you, matters way more than you think. In fact, the science we're about to dive into shows that it could be the difference between you being at your sharpest and your brain basically running on empty. So, here's the plan. We're going to start with just how glued we are to our phones. Then, we'll check out a really cool study that put this brain drain idea to the test. We'll look at the results, and they are surprising, figure out the science behind it all, and then, the best part, talk about how you can actually get your focus back. All right, let's kick things off with a little reality check. Let's be honest, our phone isn't just a gadget anymore, is it? For pretty much all of us, it's like another limb, a permanent part of who we are. I mean, look at this stat. 91% of people say they never leave home without it. That's insane. That's not just a habit, you know? That's a serious, deep-down attachment. But here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't about the constant buzzing and notifications. We all know that's distracting. No, this is about something deeper. The big question is, what if just having your phone near you, even if it's off, even if it's face down, is actively draining your brain power? That's the whole brain drain idea, and some clever researchers set up an experiment to see if it was true.
It sounds a little out there, right? A silent phone draining your brain? But that's exactly what a team of scientists decided to investigate with a really smart, simple study. Okay, so here's how they did it. They got about 275 students and split them into 4 groups. The first group had to put their phone on the desk, right in front of them but face down. The second group kept their phone nearby, in a pocket or a bag. Group 3 had to leave their phone in a completely different room. And that last group, they were the control. They didn't have a smartphone with them at all. That was our baseline.
With everyone in place, they then hit him with some pretty tough brain tests. They were measuring things like attention span, how quickly people could think on their feet, and how many errors they made. The whole point was to answer one simple question. Does it really matter where your phone is? And the results? Oh, they were not subtle at all. In fact, they were crystal clear, super consistent, and honestly, kind of scary. So first up, they measured what's called fluid intelligence. This is basically your raw brain power for solving new problems right on the spot. And just look at this graph. The difference is huge. See that tall gray bar way over on the right? That's the group without any smartphone. They're crushing it. Now look at the blue bars on the left. That's the people with the phone on their desk or in their pocket. Their problem-solving skills took a major, measurable nosedive. This next chart really tells the whole story. The blue and green lines represent attention and processing speed, so higher is better. And you can see they just shoot up when the smartphone is totally out of the picture. But when it's on the desk, they plummet. Now, that red line, that's how many mistakes people made. For that one, lower is better. And guess what? It's at its lowest when the phone is gone, and it spikes when the phone is sitting right there. So let's put a hard number on this. The drop in performance between having a phone on your desk and not having one at all was over 20%. Just think about that. That's like the difference between getting an A on a test and getting a C, or being the star performer at your job versus just average. All because of where your phone is. Okay, so what in the world is going on here? How could a phone that's not even on, just sitting there, have such a massive effect on our brains? Well, the answer boils down to one key scientific idea: salience. So what is salience? It's basically the quality that makes something pop out and grab your attention. Like a single bright red flower in a huge field of green grass. Your eyes just go right to it. It's impossible to ignore. And it turns out, our smartphones are probably one of the most salient objects in our entire lives. Here's a simple way to think about it. You've got 2 kinds of attention. There's top-down attention. That's when you're consciously focusing on something, like reading a book. But then there's bottom-up attention, which is like your brain's automatic radar, always scanning the environment for anything important or interesting. And because your phone is so salient, it's this gateway to your friends, your work, your entertainment, it's constantly pinging that radar. So a part of your brain has to constantly work in the background to tell yourself, don't look at the phone, don't pick it up. And that mental effort, that constant act of resisting, is the brain drain. It's exhausting your mental resources without you even realizing. The researchers who did the study said it perfectly. They said that the mere existence of the phone nearby might limit the total amount of attention you have available. It's like having a tiny leak in your brain's gas tank. It's a constant, slow drain all day long. But here's the good news. The solution is actually baked right into the problem itself. This study didn't just tell us we have a problem. It gave us a super clear, simple way to fix it. And the fix is so simple. It's all about distance. Creating physical space between you and your phone is your best defense. That old saying, out of sight, out of mind, well, it's pretty much spot on. Or at the very least, out of sight, less of a drain on your mind. So here's the game plan. If you really need to focus on something important, that big project or studying for a test, put your phone in a different room. The science shows this is the single best thing you can do. Also, try creating phone-free zones or times, like maybe no phones at the dinner table or during meetings. And finally, you can make your phone way less powerful by turning off all those non-essential notifications. That makes it less salient, so it's not constantly screaming for your brain's attention. At the end of the day, your phone is always fighting for your most precious resource, your attention. Now that you know what it's costing you, the real question is, how much of it are you willing to just give away for free?